Traders, this could be the week the dollar makes its move. We got dollar yen grinding towards breakout territory. We got sterling yen in beast mode. If you're not ready, you could get steamrolled. Welcome back, everyone. It's Tom here from Park Avenue Trading, your chief dealer, keeping you sane in insane markets. If you like what you see, smash the like button, hit subscribe, share my videos far and wide. I want to build a huge trading community. All right, so we're going to start off with good old Japanese yen, and we got some major points that we have to look at here for the week. But the Bank of Japan has already hinted at intervention a couple of times. We saw them flex when the dollar was around, the highs that we had at around 160-ish way back when. Let's go to the weekly. Let's find that point so we can point that out. Let's go to the weekly charts right here, and we saw the all-time high of the dollar in 24 at, what was it, 162. They actually started talking about kind of weakening the dollar up in this area right here, and you can see the fall that we had right there. But it was also technically overdone. Dollar yen was definitely technically overdone. Now, it's consolidating right now, and I want to go to the 6-hour chart because this is important stuff. Let's put it together here, and let's go and see exactly where we're consolidating. We're consolidating right now between the 146.51 and the low that we had at 139.44. All right, so this week, what we got coming up, we have a weekly short-term resistance right where we hit on Friday, right at 145, like 09, 145.10, okay? I should move this up. I got 144.93 here, but it's actually, let me bring this up right there. Right there is the first weekly resistance level that we have. Now, there's a lot of things that are going on in dollar yen right now. Let me see if I can find my wave analysis. Hang on. So here's the dollar yen wave analysis, and this is actually coming off this high. This was a critical area using my wave technique. So right now, this high is really, really important, which is 138.22. If dollar yen can somehow break that 138.22, it's actually showing weakness. It's actually showing it, saying it's going lower. And where could it go? Well, actually, it's going to go probably down to like this area here, 127. Now, this is using long-term wave analysis. I'm not really concerned with that yet because we're not there, or we're not threatening it. So we have to really be concerned with what's happening this week. So if we're using 3-bar harmony, just which I covered in my videos, if I take these 3 bars, right, so the first level that it really needs to get over is this high right here of 145, like say 146 the figure. If we can close above 146 the figure on a daily basis, all right, then the next level that it's targeting for the week is 146, say 40, and then we got resistance, weekly resistance at 147.42, and then obviously, not obviously, but we have other further resistance up here at 149.72, and there's monster resistance at 150. So I'm going to put these levels in. 149.80 and 150. Where's 150? That's really close enough. Really, so what I'll do is this. Let's get rid of this. I don't want to clutter this up too much. Let's go up to 150. Let's just go up to 150. Well, that's fine. 150.02. That's a really critical price for dollar yen. If it does get up over this, it's going to start trading in a different range. So right now the consolidation is right between, say, this level. Let's make it yellow. And this upper level right here, right where we're at, really, 146, say, 45 on a weekly basis. So like I always say, you got to come in and you got to watch my daily analysis because I go over the specific points for the day of, the pivot points of the day where you'd want to look to get a short in or get a long in. Like if you watch Friday, got long at 143.12, so the target was 145. 05. Perfect. Can't get any better than that. Don't believe me? Go back and watch Friday's video. All right, so let's go over to, let me change this back to the 6 hour so you can actually see a little bit better the levels themselves. These are the weekly resistance levels. All right, so support, really, really on the downside, all right, the weekly support for this thing is right around 142. So I'll put that in. I'll put 141. I'll put this close right here. That's like the level that we got to be careful. If it turns down, most likely we're heading down deeper. On a weekly, we're heading down deeper to say the 140, the figure. All right, so what's in the news really? Well, everybody's waiting for the Fed rate cut. It hasn't happened. So if the 10 yield bond pushes higher again, you know, we could see dollar yen start to rally. Okay. On the flip side, any jawboning or direct intervention from Tokyo could cause a nasty flush back down. So we got to just keep, those are fundamental things. We don't know if they're going to happen again. So right now I'm just cautiously watching the levels. And like I said, on a daily basis, I'll really get into that for you. So hang on one second. Let's move over to good old sterling dollar. Hang on one second. All right, sterling was drifting upward, and now it's really floating with lower levels. I've been saying this a while with cable. Cable, I don't really see much happening in sterling dollar itself. It's got weak, internals. Sterling strength, if it's anything, it would be more of a dollar weakness type of thing than a bullish sterling fundamental. So here's the thing with cable itself. Cable's flirting right now with the 132.50. The important point, and I'm going to reverse these fib levels. I want to reverse them. All right, so hang on a second here. Let me get the reversal in. Hang on. I want to go to this bottom here, and I want to go up right there. So really what I'm looking for with this fib reversal, okay, is I had a previous low, I went to the left, and I found the higher high between it, and I got the resistance levels. Now I'm looking to see what levels support. So right now cable itself is support at 132 the figure. If it breaks that, we're looking for this thing actually to go down to like 131.10 again. Cable itself is very weak. If I trade primarily sterling yen, so the crosses, I watch dollar yen mostly for the cable, I'm not really too interested in trading straight cable. So, but I do put cable points up. So, I said that, I missed the move in sterling, but I put a resistance level up that held quite well. And like I said, just come over to my daily stuff and you'll see, what I put up during the day, and it's generally pretty darn good. So let's go over good old sterling yen. This one has been pretty wild. All right, so I got wave analysis up right here. Most important part of the wave is this bottom right here, 189.91 for the weekly. This marketplace is able to turn down from this level. Okay, let me get my little brush here. This marketplace can turn down from this bottom right here. We're looking for cable to actually drop down to the lower end of the wave, which is sterling yen. Actually, it dropped down like the 187.58 on the week. Now, could take a little bit longer than, might not be this week, but that's really what the technicals are saying right now. The only way that cable sterling yen actually shows any type of strength, let's get rid of this, is if we can get through this high. Let's go to a weekly chart. Let's go weekly. All right, so we need to get through 195 the figure. Okay, wait, let's see right here. 194 the figure. I'm just using 3-bar harmony. In order for cable to really show strength, it's got to get above 193.78 this week. All right, then it's got resistance at 195.98, that high. However, the high bar's close is more important. So it's really at the same, the high bar's close is really at the same price as the price that it's got to get through. Now, if it can close above this for the week, All right, it's actually showing strength, and I would draw fib levels up and show you that we got resistance then now at 196.87 and probably right around 198.65. Again, don't mean to keep saying it, but you got to come over and see my daily stuff, because that's where I put, the daily is the most important stuff that, where the most important levels. Why I can't get this stuff off, I don't know. All right, so let's go on over to, this is annoying me that I can't get this off, but don't mean to take it up with you. Let's go over to good old Euro Yen. All right, so Euro Yen, it doesn't get the spotlight, but really it's been holding up, and it's been, holding its levels better than sterling yen. So it's really pushing up towards the 165-ish level, right? Really, I think that we don't really have a complete clean bullish structure yet. We do have a bullish structure on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 6 hour and let's see what market structure looks like. Let's go to the 6 hour chart right here. All right, so we got the high, we got the low, we got the higher high, we got the higher low right here. We have the new high. So short term, it's got to take out 165 in order to show strength. Then it's got resistance up top at like 165.50. Weekly resistance is at 166.60. However, it all depends on what dollar yen does. If dollar yen starts really rallying hard, yeah, this is going to definitely take off. But you got to pay attention to the euro dollar. I'm going to be doing a separate video on euro dollar itself, because it's basically in the same position that cable is in. So, if we see like, risk off flows into the yen, then this thing is going to come off again. So, or risk on flows into the yen, it's going to come off again. So let's look at the weekly. Let's just check the weekly out, since we're doing weekly analysis. All right. So we need to get through this high right here, 164.70, say. Then we got resistance at 166. 166, if we can get through that during the week, we got 166.87. But really, and then also, on the downside, if we break that 160, say 60, we're trailing back down. So that's your forecast weekly for the weeklies. We got some big moves brewing. Setups are coming into focus. Don't get caught on the wrong side of lazy analysis. Stay sharp, follow levels, trade with your intent. Make sure you follow your plan. Also, make sure you please come over and see the daily stuff, because the daily, I map everything out for the day. If you got value out of the breakdown, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment with what pair you're trading this week. And this is Tom, your chief dealer, Park Avenue Trading, signing off until tomorrow's update. Let's make this a killer week. Cheers.